Welcome to Evolve Your Life, the podcast where values meet vision, ambition meets alignment, and family fuels your purpose. I'm Dr. Stefanie Ascher, chiropractor, entrepreneur, homeschool mom, cancer warrior, and your go-to girl for building harmony in every area of life. Around here, women step into living fully and authentically, and we believe you are capable and worthy of it all. So grab your coffee, get cozy, and let's evolve your life together. Welcome back to Evolve Your Life. Today's episode is about boundaries. And one big misconception is that boundaries are not about pushing people away. They're about protecting the woman you are becoming. Because the truth is, if you don't create boundaries, you will slowly sacrifice yourself, your time, your energy, your peace, your calling. And one day you will wake up and realize you built a life that required you to abandon yourself to maintain it. Today, I want to talk about boundaries, not just as a concept, but as a requirement for becoming. Boundaries aren't something that you create randomly. They are built around who you've decided to be and who you have decided to become. An important thing is to think about the boundaries that I want my identity to dwell in, because you have to know who you are and what your identity is to build boundaries around it. You don't build boundaries to control your life. You build them to protect your identity. So what is that for you? Is it integrity, respect, alignment, truth? You have to identify who you are and what your identity is rooted in, and then create boundaries to honor that. Most people struggle with boundaries because they don't actually know what they're protecting. You have to know who you are, what you value, and what you're building. Clarity creates conviction, and conviction is what allows boundaries to hold. It's what allows you to uphold them, especially when your identity is being challenged. It's important to also know what you're building and what boundaries are required to become that version of you. The future version of you and who you're becoming has higher standards, doesn't say yes to everything and everyone, doesn't overextend to be liked or hold a certain position of favor. And you don't rise your way into the next level of you. You protect your way into it by honoring your identity and upholding the boundaries. Without boundaries, you will sacrifice yourself. And this is one of the strongest anchors that you have to lean into. You will sacrifice your time, your money, your energy, your emotional capacity, and your focus. Every time you don't hold a boundary, you are making a withdrawal from yourself. You are becoming less of who you were divinely created to be and who you were called to be. And a lot of us can struggle with boundaries. We have a lot of fear around boundaries. We fear losing position, favor, relationships, approval. We fear that people will see us differently. We'll fear that we will let people down or make them upset. We feel that we'll be misunderstood. And we fear that we have to become someone else. But you are not becoming someone else. You're becoming more of who you actually are. I have found that boundaries unlock self-worth. And this is very powerful because your worth and value are accessed internally, and they are in alignment with your identity. The boundaries allow you to honor yourself, to give yourself what you give everyone else, all of that time, that energy, that emotional capacity. And when you learn to protect your self-worth with your boundaries become one of the deepest forms of self-respect. I want you to ask yourself, what am I building? Who am I? What is my identity rooted in? And what boundaries are required to become her? Because the life you want, the peace that you want, the alignment you want, it's not on the other side of doing more. It's on the other side of protecting what matters. If this episode spoke to you, if you struggle with boundaries, if you want to become better with upholding them, I want you to take a moment today and create one boundary that protects your future instead of your comfort. Thanks for hanging out with me today on Evolve Your Life. If this episode inspired you, leave a review, share it with a friend, follow so you never miss a moment, and come connect with me on Instagram at Dr. Stefanie Ascher. Until next time, keep evolving your life boldly, beautifully, and unapologetically.